There's a full guide for the cosmetics update that just came out today on May 24th for Grow a Garden. So I'm going to walk through all the things that changed and all the new stuff. So the limited time event for the Moonlight event and Bloodlit event, those things are gone. That ends with this event. With this update, you'll be able to have cosmetics. If you had any mysterious crates from the Moonlit event and Bloodlit event, you can open them now. And inside of them, you'll get random cosmetics that you could normally just buy from the store. So what the big change is that you can go over to the gear shop, and next to it now is the cosmetic shop. So the cosmetic shop is where you can buy all the cosmetics, and they restock like I don't know, the 6 hours, 8 hours or something. It's not very often that they restock. So you can actually build some crazy stuff. You can combine things. You can build like houses and things. In order to build houses and stuff, you're going to want to use wood flooring and logs and stuff like that. The things in here are pretty expensive, so it's more of a mid to late game thing. But let's go ahead and buy. I have enough money. I have billions, so I'll just buy everything. And then we'll go check some of this stuff out. Also, another big change is that you can expand your garden. That's another humongous thing that got changed. So before we look at the cosmetics, now if you go to your garden, on the sides, you can expand it for 250 million shekels. So let me go ahead and expand this side. And you see it brings you a little bit more room on the side. And then you can go to the other side, and you can spend another 250 million, and you can expand the other side that same amount like this. And then, once you do those, there's one in the back that you can expand, but for some reason, you have to wait for 24 hours to be able to expand it. You can spend 200 Robux to skip that timer, and then after that, I think it costs 500 million, and the expansion on the back is the biggest one. The one on the back adds a whole nother plot like I'm standing on here, and adds like half a plot. So, on top of having this additional width, you also get, both sides get an additional plot and a half, which is pretty massive. That's the biggest thing for this change. I mean, the cosmetics are cool. If you're into cosmetics, they're huge. But if you're not into them, if you're just into the practical stuff, this expansion of the farm is a really, really cool thing. There's a few other things we need to talk about as well before we get to the cosmetics. So over here's a button now, and it'll show you your active pets. Now, this is super helpful for keeping your pets fed. I don't know why, but on mobile, and I guess on PC too, but on mobile, this goes away automatically because there's no way to keep your mouse on it. Or, no, I guess it just goes away no matter what. Kind of annoying that you can't keep it out, but at least you can do this now, because before you had to try to find your pet and then click your pet and then have something to feed it. Now all you got to do is go to your food, pick something, hit this thing on the side, and then click feed, and then it'll just feed them from there. So that's a huge thing. That came out actually like last night instead of this morning. But that change is super nice. There's also a button up here now called the cosmetic inventory. This is where you can see all your cosmetics. And from here, you can click them. And when you click them, it just places them down right where you are. And then from there, you have to click them, and you can move to hold and drag and try moving them around to different places. It's a little bit weird, but there we go. It's really buggy, but we can try to get it to work here. And then there's, I think this is undo, and then this is, I assume, put it away. But yeah, you can move these around and try to place these. I mean, the expansions on the side are super nice because that gives you a little bit of room to build without messing up your garden. But yeah, you can use these things in order to try to build like houses and different things, or just decorate your garden. When playing with it, you can see that some of these things you can kind of get them to flip. It's really weird the way they snap on and stuff, but if you play with it long enough, you'll eventually figure out ways to build like little houses and different structures and stuff. So that's a cosmetic part of it. Again, there's other things like, I can put down this candle. It actually adds light. You can add like, it almost looks haunted in a way because it's that orange kind of light. Umbrella, this wishing well thing. None of these, I far and aware, none of these actually do anything, but they're mainly just for looks. That's really all they're for. There's also another change that I don't really have the footage of. I'd have to wait for hours to be able to show you. Apparently, there's a new weather event where there's like a tornado, and the tornado, if it goes over your crops, I guess, it will give them the twisted effect. I don't know what the value of that is yet. If it's 100x, 200x, 50x, I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's probably one of the bigger ones, like 50 to 200x or something like that. And so that is a new event to watch out for. I'm assuming it can only happen if you're online. So if you want to see it happen, or you want to have it happen to your crops without seeing it, just make sure that you move around every like 10 to 15 minutes because the game logs you out after 20 minutes. So as long as you're online and moving around a little bit every 20 minutes, then you should eventually be able to have your garden get hit by the tornado effect and get the twisted. Another change that happened is over at the gear shop. So now if you go to the gear shop, there's one additional thing that you can buy at the very bottom called the harvest tool. It's not always in stock, and it's pretty expensive. It's like tens of millions. And what it does is it harvests all fruit from a chosen plant, and it can be used 5 times. So it's like however many, like 5 million per use or something. I don't know what that cost of it is, but the reason that you'd want to use this, so normally you'd think like, why would you use this? Well, the example would be if you have like, say, these are normal sized beanstalks. I can just climb these and I can collect these, not a problem. But if I had one of those gigantic like, mutated versions where the beanstalk is like 10 times taller than this, I literally can't climb it to go harvest these beanstalks. So if I wanted to harvest them, I'd have to use that type of tool. Grapes can also be an issue like that. There's a lot of different plants. If you get the giant version, I saw a guy once, he had a coconut tree that was so tall that there was literally no way you could harvest the coconuts. Though you have to make sure that's mathematically worth it. Like a coconut tree is never going to be worth spending, 5 million shekels or something to harvest all the coconuts. But a beanstalk tree, if it's been hit by lightning or a tornado or something, all those beanstalks combined could be worth like 20, 50 million or something. So that one-time use actually will get you the money from that. Another thing is, and I don't know if this is the case if this is really the case, but if you had any night staffs in your garden at the end of the event, I think these things are stuck in my garden forever now because I don't know any way to pick them up, and they're never going to get used, I think, because there's not nighttime anymore. Maybe there is nighttime after the event. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think maybe there is. Maybe there is nighttime after the event. I haven't been on at the top of the hour this morning. But if you can't get moonlit fruit anymore, which I don't know, I haven't confirmed yet, then these things are literally stuck in your garden forever if you still have any of those. If you have any in your inventory, I think then they would just be useless at this point. I'm not really sure exactly. Another question you might have about this is like, can you just pay to get everything done and stuff? What's going on with that pay to win or anything like that? This is what the shop currently looks like. There's not anything too crazy in here. You can buy cosmetic crates with Robux, but it's just cosmetic, so it's not really doing anything other than you're getting your cosmetics faster. So it's like you're not really getting an edge on anyone or anything. You're just getting cosmetics faster, but you can also just wait for the shop and then buy the things here, assuming you have the shekels. If you don't, you should see my money guide. It's in the description somewhere. Easy way to get billions and billions of shekels. So it's like money shouldn't be an issue if you played the game for more than a day or two. But yeah, so there's nothing crazy as far as the shop goes with this update. Just you can get the cosmetics faster if you want to spend real life money. Another thing you might be wondering is like, what if you had night seed packs still? I was actually worried these were going to get deleted from my inventory because I forgot to open them. Because the event seeds, all the moon glow and stuff like that, there's no way to get them anymore. You can't get these, as far as I'm aware, there's no way to get them anymore at least. So I still have these packs though, so I'm curious, can we still open these? And it looks like you can still open them if you have any left over, but there's just no way to get new ones anymore. So, like, that's kind of unfortunate. So, if you didn't get the Blood Owl, if you didn't get any of that stuff, you're kind of out of luck. Like, I got the Blood Owl, thankfully. Very thankful that I got the Blood Owl because it's, like, one of the top 3 best pets in the entire game. But if you missed out on that, I think that's just the end of that. You're not going to be able to get any of those event things anymore. And I think that covers everything in this update. If I missed anything, feel free to comment, let other people know. But that is the cosmetics update. These are all the things that have changed in it. And it's a pretty neat update. I'm kind of sad, though. I missed the Moonlit event. I really liked the Moonlit event. I kind of wish I would have just kept going forever or something really similar. But hopefully next week or whenever the next update is, it'll be something fun like that. But yeah, that's a cosmetics update, guys. My full guide for this. I want to show you guys all the changes, what's new, how it all works with the cosmetics update in Grow a Garden.